You know what it is. Yeah, sorry I'm late, guys. Normally the internet's not working, or someone doesn't turn up on time. I was a bit late, and then my mum died, so but I thought I'd come on anyway. Why not? Do you know what? All right, Kelly, you shouldn't be coming. I know, but it's what she would have wanted. A ghost is in that corner right now, telling me to do that. So let's move on. Let's forget that. Don't worry about it. This is Shannon, isn't it? You've met her before. She's there in a part of our house where she is. I took a shit in there about a week and a half ago, and I didn't put. Not in there. No, you guys didn't wake up anyway. But I took a shit. Well, I tried to, but actually, it wasn't really that much. I was in there 15 minutes, but the reason was I was just like constipated. And I was like, I've had a burrito. I'm sure it must come out.
I don't get why you couldn't have gone for a poo somewhere else, as you was just about to leave.
Yeah, but I have a very, and I'm sorry if you've got a psycho thing about people shitting in your house. I've got a real problem, and it was 7:30 a.m. And if I have a certain feeling, like when I need to poo, I knew I'd be lurched into like the streets of Portsmouth with nowhere open, and I didn't know where I was. So if I didn't try, I would have had to shit up a tree or something.
I've done that once, where I've had a shit in a bush.
I've done it once. I've done it once times about 150. So. Yeah. Well, I shouldn't be. Yeah, I shouldn't be. I stopped eating bread basically, but because of that burrito we had, the spicy stuff, and plus all the beer that I drank all night, I shouldn't be having any of that because it has a bad reaction with me. So yeah, that's why I was worried. But it was all right actually. It was not too bad. I just walked. I took a shit in the little in a mall, in a shopping centre in Southsea, and then I got a Greggs.
I didn't know they had a shopping centre in Southsea.
Oh no, Portsmouth. I get confused between where the divisions are. Near the Portsmouth and Southsea station, the nearest one to that.
That's Portsmouth.
Yeah, full of grottos, and then. But it was good because I was glad I was turfed out onto the streets at 7:30 because what I did in the end, I had to go to Cardiff, and I just decided to get straight on the train and had my hangover on the train and drank all my coffee and orange juice and all that shit, and I was fine by the time I got there. So
nice. Good. Yeah, sorry about kicking you out, but
nah.
I always think if people are left in my house when I'm not there, like what
burn
if
it down?
And then I think you stole it, or what if you die and it looks like I've murdered you? Like there's like a whole
or like what if your pigeon escaped? You think that fucking arsehole let Wayne out and didn't open?
It's exactly. It's just not worth the trouble.
No, I agree with you. I'd probably let some people stay, but I'd never let like a girl stay. Do you know what I mean? Like a girl that you don't know too well. So you're not staying.
Why? Because they're mental.
Well, obviously they're mentally ill. So
yeah, you don't want those in there.
You're a mentally ill person. Well, I might have shit all over my floor.
Yeah, that's what we do. That's what we're taught in school. You know, like when you have your sex education, you get separated, the boys and the girls. The girls get told that if you get left in a house, you have to like shit all over the floor and text people about 100 times, even though you met them once. That kind of thing.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. There's Hank in the chat says you look like a doppelganger of someone you used to work with. Even the way you look into the camera and your posture. Hank, where are you outside the window? What's going on? You've never been to Pennsylvania, though, right?
No.
There we go. It's probably safe. Maybe it's a twin.
I do have a twin. So.
Oh, is that? Yeah. Okay. You can let us know about that situation. Is that a girl twin? She alive?
Yeah. I think so.
Yeah. Okay. Good. All right. Well, we won't delve into the family secrets this early on. Maybe one day. Okay. So what all we need to know is are you gonna like start stalking Shannon or not? Because if you are, then at least like borrow a present or something.
Yeah. Buy me something, please.
Yeah. I would, yeah. Unbelievable.
So,
Unbelievable. But,
see, whenever someone tells me I look like someone else, they always show
yeah.
me a photo of the person, and it's always someone really ugly, which is a
That's
shame.
annoying, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is
Instead of
annoying when
someone
you get
like
compared.
stunningly beautiful, it's always like Janice Street Porter or.
Yeah, you said Janet Street Porter the other week.
Oh yeah, that's because that mental man. So I've had it before though. Like a Tesco manager called me Janet Street Porter in 2013. So he's not the first one.
You're going to add into the lawsuit list. That sounds. Oh well, we shouldn't talk about that. But that particular case sounds a bit like workplace harassment, doesn't it? Calling you Janet Street
Yeah,
Porter.
that was, I guess, but I think that's a bit backdated now. I won't go into that one. But yeah, for legal reasons, we can't talk about that, unfortunately.
Yeah, but we'll yeah, that's good. That's good fun though. Do you know someone called John Hinckley? He do you know years ago there was a president called President Reagan in America, like in the 80s,
Yeah.
and
Mm-hmm.
someone tried to shoot him, right? And he shot his
Oh,
mate, and he was called John. So the guy who shot him was called John Hinckley. Now I'll if you give me a second, the reason I'm talking about him is because he's recently started a Twitter account, the shooter.
really?
Yeah, and he's trying to get into music, like the music business. So
That's really funny.
I don't know how my video is. Can you see? Did this appear? Something might appear for you.
Oh yeah. So he shot
that's him.
Reagan.
Yeah, he shot at him and killed his mate. Now he's started a music business, and I've been like jokingly supporting him and like, someone please book him, because every time he gets a gig, he gets it cancelled. It's like a comedian who's hit a girl at a festival; he can never get a gig. So I'm like, come on, give him a chance, guys. But as we go on, look, I mean, it's starting. Oh shit, sorry. It's starting to look a bit like a cult. I haven't heard it yet, but it's starting to look a bit like a cult. Because this logo is for the John Hinckley community, and you can join it by emailing him a photo of yourself, and that's his logo.
That does sound scary.
People will. I was just saying that he's an artist. Let's support this new artist, and people were telling me no, it's going to be a cult. Now it does look like it's going to be one. So I've got to say, I'm in. I'm going to join the John Hinckley community. And I'm going to email him a picture of myself, tell him I'm a big fan, and I want to be in the community and just see what happens. I'm not going to go on top of a mountain with a gun or anything that he wants.
Yeah, but when you're in a cult, I was thinking about this the other day. When you're in a cult, isn't it really hard to get out of the cult?
Yeah, but I'm gonna challenge myself to get into one and then be able to leave. I think it might be.
Yeah, but that might be a challenge you might not be able to achieve. Then you're stuck in this John Hinckley cult. Is that his name?
That's
Hinckley?
that's why it's a challenge, isn't it?
I guess, but then it could be like the end of your life as well.
It's like shoot me in the face.
A challenge. Like you might not die, but you might.
Fucking someone's open wound with really bad AIDS is a challenge.
Oh yeah.
But it might not end well. Oh, Grumpy Mama.
Like that was actually going to be if. What was that?
He wants to send something privately to me, so hopefully it's a dick pic. I think it's probably the person that looks like you. So I don't know.
Oh, is it like?
Don't harass anyone.
Or something, and it's going to be her with like.
He said she's autistic, so.
Oh, I'm pretty sure I'm autistic, but like
I think,
that. If someone said that, if there was a bit of paper from a doctor that said that, it's like, yeah, now what?
I've never been. What? I haven't been to a doctor about anything for years, and I probably should be diagnosed with something, and I just don't want pills, and I don't really want to be diagnosed with something, so I'd rather not go.
No, it can affect work visas. Like for a Chinese work visa, they might decline it if you've got mental problems, and that counts as a mental problem. So I don't want to risk not being able to work in China.
Yeah, I've never seen an autistic Chinese person, but they probably do exist. They're probably in a camp. They're probably in a work camp somewhere.
Oh, you got to be careful what you say about them. I love China. I want my visa, so
I've said quite a lot. So I was going to visit, but now I'm not sure because I'm a bit scared. They might go, you made this Facebook post. Yeah.
Yeah, there was someone I knew. Well, I didn't know them. It was someone that worked at a school, and then someone I knew them. And they went back home to England in like 2019 for a holiday for a couple of weeks. And while they're in England, they posted something not even that bad. It was something like, "Oh, I don't like China," like something not that bad. And then when he got back through the airport, they took him away and they put him in prison for 3 days and made him watch Chinese propaganda films and Nicolas Cage film.
Well, Nicolas Cage is quite cool, but I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't say anything while I was there. You know, that's just stupid. That's wild.
No.
To be in China and then go, these are mental, aren't they?
Yeah, but he said it while he was in England, and then he went back to China. Really? They went on his Facebook or whatever they did.
Yeah, I've heard of people that have gone out for like work and stuff, and they've taken your phone off you at the airport and given you another phone with like what's the chat, WeChat or whatever they've got.
Yeah, WeChat.
Yeah, you can use this for WeChat. We'll look after your phone. Don't worry about it. And obviously they put it through the phone probably, and just make sure there's no funny business and being followed at hotels and all that kind of stuff. So yeah,
I've never heard of that. I had when the Hong Kong riots were going on, when I used to go from Shenzhen to Hong Kong and then back to Shenzhen again, the people used to look through your phone to see if you'd taken any photos of the riots and stuff. There wasn't really much going on. But I used to just, no, not me, someone I know used to send them to themselves by email and then, let them look through the phone and have the photos still. Someone I know did that.
Yeah, obviously low level phone checkers, because you could check, the sent box on your email as well.
But they didn't. They just went through your, photo gallery. They didn't even check recently deleted.
Unbelievable, isn't it? Unbelievable.
What was that thing that man sent you?
Oh, he hasn't. He just said he was going to.
That's like whispering in front of someone. That's so rude.
Yeah.
Send you a message about a man.
You should. Let's talk about these people. We can just talk about to their faces. If you want, you can DM me on Twitter, Hank, and then we'll see if it's offensive. Though I won't put it up, and if you're being strange. So, and then I'll come and get you as well.
Why? Yeah, go on. But if it's offensive, I want to see it.
What if it's like someone with really bad special needs and just ginger hair?
Is that me? That's me.
No. But what if it was that bad? What if it was that bad and the tongue was out?
Oh well, I don't personally really care. It's not like I'll be like, oh my god, that's so wrong. But I also don't find it funny. It's like,
yeah. But maybe genuinely does. Maybe his eyes are all fucked up, and he only sees people as like with special needs. So because of his eyes, everyone's face looks a bit wonky.
Like their
Da
Vinci, is it, or Picasso paintings? What's the ones where it's all like cubism?
I'm gonna guess it's Picasso because I think he's a bit newer, but I'm not really a massive art buff. I know about 4 artists, and one of them I just went to his museum to take mushrooms in Amsterdam.
What one was that? Was that the Van Gogh one?
Yeah. The first time I went, the first time I went, I hated it because it was years ago. I went with an ex a long time ago, and I was like, "Why is he just painting potatoes? I'm in a room full of pictures of potatoes," and I was just annoyed. I was grumpy.
Yeah.
But I went back specifically to take mushrooms about 4 years ago, and we got in. We took the mushrooms, sitting on a bench inside the museum, and then the tannoy come up and goes, "The museum is closing in 10 minutes." We're like, "We've just dropped the mushrooms." So then, we had to walk the streets and rivers of Amsterdam, tripping, I guess, afterwards, which wasn't the intention, but it was fun.
Yeah, the first time I did magic mushrooms there, I literally had just taken them, and I was staying in a hostel, and at the time I was like, "Oh, I'm not leaving my stuff in a safe, like that's too dangerous." So I was walking around with my money, my passport, like everything.
Yeah.
And then these people went to mug me while I just started tripping, and I was like, oh, this is bad.
Oh,
And then they didn't
what
mug
happened?
me
Did they
because
get
I
the
just
stuff?
no, they were like so there was two guys, and then there was one talking and one behind him. The one behind him had his like hand in his like coat like that, and I
Oh,
thought,
yeah, like he pretended he's got a gun.
Oh yeah, whether
Or a
he's
knife,
pretending or like whatever. I was like, oh, this isn't good. So what was going on is that me and my no, it was my ex, but at this point in time he was my mate, and we had our like, it was, you know, that bit where it's where the Van Gogh Museum is. It says I am Amsterdam
yeah,
thing. Do you know what I'm talking about?
yeah. I know who you are. Yeah.
Park, and then we had our rucksacks like maybe like a meter in front of us, and we were like looking at the buildings because it looked like they're like bending. And we were like, oh, shall we go and have a walk around? And then as we stood up and grabbed our bags, these men were like creeping up on us like that. So like where we were tripping, it must have looked like we were tripping. And I think they were like going to snatch our bags off us, but we literally left just in time. And then they were like, the guy was like, oh, do you have cigarette? And then we're like, no, we don't have any cigarettes. And he's like, oh, do you have a euro? And I'm like, no. And I was like, we don't have anything. And he was like, oh, okay. And then like he started walking closer towards us, and there was some like workmen in the park like measuring stuff, like had high vis stuff on. And then I was like walking towards these like men so they could like rescue me. And then these guys were like walking towards us, we're walking away, and then the guys are like looking at the workmen, like were looking at us, like deciding like, do we try and like snatch their shit off them? And they were looking like that, and it was proper tense. And then they just walked away, and that was that. And then I was like,
a couple of really, they sound like bag snatchers, and then they probably, if it is a girl and stuff, they'd probably try and have a go.
Yeah.
But yeah, they sound a couple of incompetent little muggers there. Yeah, I've had it a few times. I don't think I got searched once, and my friend got mugged on a train, and then they sat down next to me. There's quite a few of them, and I had like a corkscrew bottle opener in my pocket here for some reason, and they found that, and then went, "What's that?" And I told them, and then they walked off, and they took my friend's money but left me alone. This is when we were like 15. Maybe they thought they'd get stabbed or something. I don't know. I was like,
that's funny. They got scared by a corkscrew.
Yeah, weird one. And then in London as well, they were like, "Give me this guy, come up, give me some money," and I literally had. I knew I had a pocket full of like 1 and 2 pence, like I had about 8 pence. So I gave him that, and he got his cup and threw it in my face. He goes, "You fucking bitch!" I'm like, "Yeah." I can't remember exactly. That might have been the one, because I think it has happened a few times, but it's all been at like 7 a.m. after I've been out all night. It's a bit confusing. I think that's the one I pushed him, and he went in front of a taxi and like hit the side of the taxi, but not hard. Nothing was going fast. No one was getting run over. He kind of hit in a busy London street, and then the police were there. And I was like, "Oh, I'm in trouble for throwing a child in front of a taxi." The police looked at him and started shouting at him, and then they fucking chased him around the corner. So obviously they knew it was probably like a gang or something that were going around mugging tourists.
I've always, all my muggings have always been like at like reasonable times of the days, like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Like I've only been mugged. I've never actually been mugged, but I've had it 3 times where people have tried it and never done it.
Yeah, I'd say about 3 for me as well.
But one of the times, I don't even know what these guys were doing, but you know, like when you're in one of those moods where you're angry and you feel like you're proper hard because you're angry about something and you literally don't give a fuck. Yeah, I was in one of those moods, and then these like 4. Oh, I need to go and find the charger. Be right back. I'm just gonna get
go ahead. Go ahead. Find a charger. What have we got on there? Thug Life was Napo. Kenny. Sorry, Kenny. Kevin's getting on some mushrooms. Sorry, I'm tired today. Why not get me plane tickets to Mexico? Because I can't afford to plane. I'm not in Mexico, and I can't afford to pay tickets to Mexico. I've got plane tickets to the US, but I've just moved my trip to the end of next February, March, I think. I only did it yesterday, and they owed me money, but then I used some extra money to pay for fast security clearance. So yeah, I had to pay like £2. But if I'm rich, I'll take you to Mexico one day. I haven't always seen DJs in the house. DJs in the house. It's all right, chill out. You plug yourself in. I'll boot her out. Plug yourself in, Shannon, and come back in when you're ready. Yeah, she's had to go to her bedroom because someone else is in the flat and the signal isn't great as well. So that's what's going on. But when she appears, I'll bring her back in. Yeah, sweaty day today. I'm waiting for an Amazon delivery, but they need me to give them a password at the door instead of a signature. So I had to get someone else, give them the password in case they turn up here. Yeah, good times. So I didn't do the. I was going to do like a Louis C.K. but then I was like, what's the point? And it was like 2 days later and I forgot everything. So we'll talk about it a little bit with Shannon, I suppose. Let me just send her a message as well because she's off here. I'll send the message. I'm not even going to mute anything. Why should I mute anything? Just booted you off while you're sorting that out and now you're out. But just use the same link and come back in and it should all work. No worries. I can keep control. There we go. Oh yeah, her boyfriend's got a band. Jim has got a band called Slim Things. We went out. Oh, there she is. She's back, isn't it? I was plugging Jim's band there. That's all right.
Oh, nice. Thank you.
I'll speak to these shitheads. I still got my badge.
Oh, nice. That might be worth something one day. That's their first badge.
I know. When the court case happens and they sue each other in 20 years.
Oh yeah, I can't wait for that.
Yeah, be worth
it. Yeah, me and Jim get divorced. I get half the money. It's gonna be good.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, you'll probably be the richer one though. So get a prenup.
Yeah, probably because I have like a dad I'm an only child. And my dad has a house and land and stuff, so I'll get all that. Oh, well, I think actually he's got a secret Thai girlfriend, but hopefully they're not married and she doesn't get it.
That would be pretty good if you get a secret one. Secret ones are the best ones, I think. I find.
I've never had a secret partner, but I imagine it would be quite fun. To be fair.
Yeah, probably a lot of stress. It's fun to some extent, I think, but then you got to do all the algorithms, haven't you? Like who knows what?
Well, it depends because does the secret girlfriend know about your other partner, or like because if that's the case, you can have like your secret girlfriend phone and keep that in your car like, under the seat, and just chat to her when you go to the shops, and then be like, we can't talk that often because you're my secret girlfriend, blah blah blah. blah. That's that out of the way. As soon as the phone's off, you don't have to deal with it until the phone's back on again.
Yeah, that's an easy one, isn't it? So you get someone who's on board basically with the situation. Like, listen, you're the side piece. I'll buy you extra stuff. Shut your mouth. I need to go home at like 7 o'clock or whatever it is. Yeah. Don't call me.
Yeah, which I think is quite a fair deal. To be fair, you get more stuff bought for you, and then it seems all right. To be fair, I don't think it'd be for me because I have such a sense of guilt with stuff like that. So I couldn't do it, but I can see why you would want to do it. Yeah,
you should set up an agency that just advises other people to cheat like that, and just say, "Look, I couldn't do it, but you would make a great whore."
But
whatever.
They've got the people have already got ahead with it though. Like you've got OnlyFans, so there's the person that owns or people, shareholders or whatever, that own OnlyFans. So then they make money from all these other people making money on OnlyFans. So it's already been done. I can't do it. Or like there's
I don't know.
Isn't there? I don't know what the name of these apps are, but there's this like app for prostitutes, and you go on there, get a posse, meet up in a hotel, whatever, and then that's that. But yeah, that app will get a bit of the money, wouldn't it? So
I think so. Yeah, there's a little bit of noise coming from your end. It's like a fan or something. It changes. It gets louder and quieter.
I think that's the actual laptop.
Oh, okay, so it's the fan inside. I get it. It's fine. That's cool. Yeah. All right.
Need to talk louder.
I don't know. No, it's just weird. No, we'll put up with it. We'll put up with it today, but we'll work on technical stuff for next time. Have you been doing any gigs this week?
I did one last night, and it was interesting.
That got really loud then.
Oh, I didn't actually talk loud either. Like,
No, I think it's the fact the fan comes through every now and then. It might work better with headphones, but don't worry now.
you sure? There's headphones like over there.
Well, if they're close, plug them in maybe, because that might cut out the fan. I think it's coming out of the fan and into the speaker or from like inside. Shaking it around the weed in Mexico is not good, says Dean. Yeah, maybe. But everywhere's kind of upgrading a bit, aren't they?
What's upgraded?
I'm talking to people in the chat as well about weed in Mexico. Yeah, I know, like Jamaica.
I left these earphones here.
I know weed in Jamaica can be bad, but they've also just legalized it, so they've got stuff as well. If you can't find them, don't worry about it, or go and look for a minute, but don't stress. Yeah. So who knows? It's you get shit stuff everywhere. I think, don't you as well? I guess it depends where you are. I'm sure there's some good stuff to find. There must be. I mean, they grow a lot of good stuff there. So sure, if you know someone in the cartel, you'd be able to go give us some of the good stuff. Yeah, well, I heard they're good and bad stuff, like on the beach, but in the dispensaries now are changing a bit. But I don't know. I've never been. My cousin's from there, or my uncle was from there, so I should speak to my cousin about it. But yeah, I've never been. But I would like to go one day and get a villa or something. Hey, Hank. All right.
I've been to Mexico. Oh yeah, I couldn't find them. So annoying. They've been there for a month. Yesterday, I decided to move them, and I was like, I bet I'll need them now. And
yeah, I've lost. Yeah, I lose stuff all the time. I've lost in the last week. I've lost like 2 charging cables, another little clutch of cables, something else. So that's what half this Amazon delivery is for today, just to resupply. I'll use one shit cable for 6 months and then think, oh, I can just buy 5 from Amazon. Why don't I just buy 5? So that's what I've just done.
yeah.
I forget the shops exist, or the internet sometimes.
I don't. I'm just really stingy. Oh, it's so annoying. Why? I don't ever use headphones. I only bought them because I went on holiday to Thailand, and then on the way there, the engine was so noisy that I couldn't hear with my shitty earphones at like Bangkok Airport or whatever airport it was. I bought these like massive like Sony like expensive headphones. I thought, I've never bought expensive ones. I'll treat myself. No, they're the ones that I've lost now.
Oh, well, they'll turn up. You haven't lost them permanently, probably. They're just under something, or like someone's thrown a jacket on them, or.
No, see, I think that I've got that side drawer thing from an old hotel, and I swear it's haunted because I put things on there and they just disappear. And I'm not one for losing stuff either. But I've got my door key from when I was 7. Still got it. I've still got my like baby teeth. I've still got like a collection of scabs. But anything I put on that table just disappears. Well, not anything, but like maybe 1 out of 100.
Yeah. Are you sure Jim hasn't got a heroin habit now? And he's like, do you know what I mean? You keep them baby teeth safe.
Oh yeah, they're in a different address. They're fine.
I used to have some baby teeth in a little brass turtle thing, and I had some stitches from when I cut my head open when I was a child, and some teeth in a little pot.
I know the turtle thing. I gave one of those. So I said I'm an only child. I actually have a half brother, and our nan died the other last year, and she didn't have a lot of stuff. So I just like went through her stuff and took some stuff, and I was like, oh, there you go, you have this brass turtle.
Yeah, I got it from my mother, I think. I don't know where it is. I've not seen it for a while, actually. Maybe that's gone as well. Maybe that's in a haunted corner of my life. I wouldn't know. So why was this gig interesting?
Because have you ever been to the vaults on Albert Road?
Yes, I think I have. Yeah.
It's literally, you know where we were last week, and then you cross the road
Yeah.
and it's there.
Yeah.
The King's Theatre, the pub we were in, road, it's there.
Yeah.
Anyway, in there, it's called the Vaults, and like Marcus has run a night in there before, but he's done it where it's in the side, and then he did one upstairs. I thought it worked best on the side. So the Vaults is like 3 sections. Like you can walk through it all, but it's one bit here, another bit here, another bit here. Oh, and then there's like the upstairs that's like one whole thing. But last night, and obviously it's Friday, so it's busy. It was in the middle section, so like when you're on stage, you can hear like the noise from the next room, because there's no doors or anything. It's like walls, but you know, an archway to walk through, and so it's like really noisy. And then, I know I'm a bitch for slagging them off, but there's 2 comedians in the middle, and they're from Brighton, so automatically I'm like, they're probably going to be, you know, weird, but in a boring way. It's like, you're like, you would have been really cool maybe in 2008, but now you're just like sad. But
I know the kind.
And there was one girl that I could not understand what she was saying. She was literally talking like this, and I couldn't understand.
This was a comic.
Yeah, and that was I was genuinely like there, like trying to understand, like proper listening, like, but could not. I was like, is this a joke? Like, is that, because that's quite funny.
Is she deaf? Is she deaf or something?
No, I think she was just like one of these. Like, I think she might have been from another country, maybe, but she also might have been like something wrong with her. But you know, when you're like, are you just weird, or is there something wrong with you? But you can't tell if they're just weird or. Yeah.
It sounds quite unique. I think if I met her, I'd probably know. That's the one. That's the.
Oh yeah, literally. What I'm describing is what she sounded like, and I said to a few other people, I was like, "Could you understand what she was saying?" Like, and then, sorry if you're watching this, by the way, but you need to work.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah,
clear.
Work on your voice,
and feel free to bully me as well. But and then the other guy. Apparently, he pissed himself on purpose on stage when he was last in Portsmouth about a year ago.
Oh, so I know Southampton it was, wasn't it? Because I heard this went all over Facebook comedy stuff. In the Mayflower, whoever used to run the Mayflower.
That's it, the Mayflower. Yes,
yeah.
Someone told
the guy who used to run it. I haven't seen him online for ages. He posted about it and said, "Yeah, this guy got up, pissed." Everyone started to go mental, like people everywhere, and then said it was performance art. And when the guy said, "You're lucky I don't knock you out" or whatnot, he said, "Oh no, I've got mental health problems. That's why I did it." I think that's what I did hear. Might be a different one. Maybe there's another pisser.
Maybe, but apparently it was this guy, because he didn't say the Mayflower. And he did it in an adult nappy, apparently. So I think, that's all right. But like, I thought, this could be interesting. I like crazy people like this, and that like everyone understood, and it was like a little bit clever, not too clever, just like a little bit clever. And then no one would laugh, and you just go, "I see that the IQ in this room is a bit lower than mine." But like he was being serious, like not joking, and he was like, "Oh, maybe in a joke that you might understand." And then he'd say something. It's like we understand. It's just not funny. Like. And he was just one of those misunderstood. I'm a misunderstood genius type. He was one of them, and I was like, So.
No, he's probably just mentally ill. I know I can't. But there's level. I can't remember his name, but when I found out about the piss story, I asked who it was. So I went to his Facebook profile and I clicked it. And I was like, "Yeah, that looks like a guy who'd piss on your floor. Looks just like what I would expect."
Oh, bless him.
But no, I know it was in a nappy, but I heard that it did come out. It did leak, like it came out onto the stage.
Oh.
So the host was not happy.
That's more the brand of the nappy, right? Because that shouldn't happen.
It shouldn't do. No.
I can't believe. Was he allowed to go back again and perform?
No, he got banned like forever. I don't know if that night is still on because whoever it was used to run it disappeared. Someone else was hosting. I can't remember his name. It could have been part of that solo thing though. It could have been.
No, it was. It was that.
Okay.
So I
Okay.
do that night.
I did it during the height of COVID when the host had these gloves on and they were putting those stupid covers on the microphone. Yeah, that's what I remember. But I did that like 2 years ago.
I hate those covers. It was like, come on, like, if we're gonna get it, we're gonna get it. Like, so let's just not do this. And then they'd have like a big bucket full of those foamy covers.
Yeah, it was the worst, especially when someone's in rubber gloves and stuff. It's like, that's not helping anyone. Let's stop it. Yeah, that was a strange time. But I know people that took like 2 years off over COVID. It's like, why wouldn't you do any comedy for 2 years? Are you mental? Yeah, and I did a bit.
Did you ever watch any of
those?
Oh, sorry. Did you watch any of those Zoom comedy shows? I thought they were proper cringy.
No, I logged on to one and turned it off after about 3 minutes. I was like, fuck. It was just like people checking, like there were 15 people and then someone's Wi-Fi wouldn't work. And then do people laugh or do you mute the mics and all the laugh is delayed? I was like, nah, not for me. It could have got good paid work on them as well because someone was running a good one from America and paying good money, like proper money.
Really?
But I still wouldn't do it. Yeah, I still was like, no, because it's not like this is different. But you can't do like stand up like this. First of all, you're not standing up, and secondly, it's weird.
Yeah, you need the atmosphere of the room. You need like to smell alcohol in the air, and you need to maybe feel like you might get punched. It's too safe.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I want to be able to feel that someone wants to throw a bottle at me. At least one person in the crowd fucking hates me. That's what I want. Like teeth sucking. Jesus.
Yeah. That's what it's about. The danger. It's too safe. It's too comfortable. You can't do it like I need to feel like I might get my head kicked in because it's like gives me the energy. Like right now, I'm like too chill. It's like I can go make a sandwich and like have my slipper. Like it's not dangerous enough. It's like riding a motorbike, innit? But riding it at like 2 miles per hour. It's like, oh yeah, you are riding a motorbike, but it's not fun. It's
I definitely want the potential of getting attacked or like murder, just like straight up shot in the head or stabbed. That's a good feeling. And then I don't want you to do it though.
Invite John Hinckley and get him to do a music.
And then when I'm in the community, when I'm in the community, maybe I'll be able to. Maybe I'll make those requests.
Do you think we could do that? That'd be quite cool. Like, because he didn't. Oh, he did kill the other man, didn't he? Right, yeah.
I think so. Yeah, but no, I think he died. I think he died of injuries. I'm not sure exactly the details, and I don't care to find out. But he shot a couple of people. Yeah.
Why did he do it?
Because he wanted to kill the president. I don't know.
Yeah, but why? Like, was there a voice in it telling him to? Well, you should.
Honestly, I know so little about it. I need to go and look at the details before I join this community. Maybe, probably like a voice or like a compulsion to control the environment. I would think.
I feel like killing one isn't enough, though, is it? Like, it's like if I had a voice in my head saying, "Kill someone," no. What's that going to do? And if it was going on and on and on, I'd be like, you can go on as much as you want, but it's not happening.
What if it said, if you like just do an entire shopping centre or sink a boat with a lot of people on, would you think that would be effective? No,
it wouldn't, because like one, I don't know these people. These people could be like really good people that don't like. If I was going to be an assassin, I'd want to at least do some research on the people that I'm assassinating and decide whether it is actually for the greater good. I'd be a very, very ethical assassin if I was an assassin.
Like Dexter sort of thing, where he was a serial killer for like they got away with it.
Who?
Dexter
Who?
from
Jack the
the
Ripper?
TV. No, Dexter.
Oh, Dexter. I've never watched Dexter.
It was about a
Only
serial
like
killer
the
that
kids.
yeah, he's a serial killer that killed criminals that got away with it, like they got off the charge, so he'd kill them.
Oh, that's quite good. It depends what it was. Like if he's killing people for nicking some coffee from Tesco, not cool. But if it's like a pedo that got away with it, then that's fine.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, I think it was like murderers and rapists and, you know.
Yeah, see,
Sort of thing.
murderers, it's like, oh, why have they murdered? It's like that guy murdered that pedo man because he like kidnapped and like did horrible things to his son, so he like went and shot him in the head. And I think, well, that murder seems quite fair, to be fair.
Yeah, I think some of them can be, as long as you're correct, though, isn't it? As long as you know that was a correct thing that happened, and you're not just murdering like a paediatrician.
No, not like the people that
Like-
Paulsgrove in the late 90s. Have you heard about that?
Was that where it was? Because I read an article about someone attacking like a paediatrician's house or something.
So in Paulsgrove, where I lived as a small child, it's in Portsmouth.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I thought.
It made like national news. In the late 90s or early noughties, there was a paedophile that was about, and everyone in the community got really annoyed about it, obviously, and they were like, we're going to find this pedo and like we're going to smash up his house and like burn his car and stuff like this. And what they did is that they went to a paediatrician's house and did it to that person who's obviously like, that's not the same thing. And they got it wrong.
I read that article, and I always thought it was around Portsmouth way. I must have been still living in my hometown, but I remember reading the article and I still think about it. I still think about the paediatrician attack. That's why I said that. So it's cool that it's you're from near there. Did any of your family go and burn this paediatrician's car down? Or
I've never actually asked. Like, I only found out about it when I went to university, and they were playing like a news clip in one of our lessons, and I was like, "Oh, that's where I'm from. I used to live there." Dexter was good, but the 50 last season was terrible. All right,
he's not typing too well, but yeah. Anyway, no, keep going though. It's weird times. Weird time. So what have I done? I did a gig. These fucking train strikes. I'm getting done on like the TFL and National Rail like different weeks. It's taken me forever to get to places, and then I'm stuck in the middle of nowhere. I had to go and do this really weird gig the other night. It's in the middle of fucking nowhere, under a railway arch, in like West Ham. And then the guy that I guess worked there came up to me. The venue's empty, right? It's under a little arch. The guy's still setting up the night. And I stood on the stair. I'm stood on the stairs. There's like 3 people in the venue. I'm stood in the stairs. And he comes up to me and goes, there's a sign there saying no standing on the stairs. And I'm like, I went, oh, ha, you know. And he goes, no, there's a sign. So I looked and there was a sign saying no standing on the stairs. I was like, all right, okay. So I went back. He goes, it makes it really tough for me. And he's been a little bit aggressive. And I was like, all right, I guess he works here. Maybe he owns it. So he goes outside. So I think, fuck this guy. I'm going to walk up and down the stairs and like pace, because I was like reading my notes, and he was stood in the grass watching me. So I did it a few times. So I was kind of winding him up. But then he come in and he goes, you can't pace up and down the stairs either. And I was like, why? He goes, it doesn't make it easy for me. I'm like, all right, man. And then, you know how some rooms put reserved stickers at the back and round the side to get people to sit at the front?
Yeah.
They'll put fake reserve. So there's a load of them. And like, bunch of us comics and stuff, and if you know Simon Hall and stuff, we were like sat at the back, and he sits on one of these reserve seats, and I think, okay, yeah, we'll sit here, wait to see if any normal people come, and if they don't, we'll go forward, like we'll let the audience go in, which I think is fair. And this guy come up to Simon like, as he sat on the chair, and like Simon's such a nice guy as well, and he gets in his face, goes, there's a reserve sticker on that seat, you can't sit there. And yeah, Simon explained, "Are we just seeing if people are going to come in?" And he said, "No, you can't sit there." And then he goes, "What are you doing there?" And Simon just goes, "I'm resting." Like, and then he goes, "Fucking move, get up!" Like he forced him up to get out of the chair. It's psychopathic behaviour. And then an hour later, some other comic comes and sat down, argues with the guy, and he left him alone. And then he went round and picked up all the reserve stickers. So there's no reason for any of the aggro at all. He was just being aggressive. I guess I think he maybe even owns it. He was definitely been there a long time. Weird little place. I get up on stage, and the first thing I talk about is like, who's the angry flat cap, like kicking people out of chairs. And just, it didn't go down well in the venue at all. Like everyone was like, no one was laughing. But I thought it'd be funny, but you know, I tried to attack him for a minute and then I had to move on. There wasn't really an end to that story, but it's just the psychos you have to deal with, though. It's like,
I like
you can't
it,
stand
though.
on the stairs.
I had a lady
It's a
yesterday.
story.
I had a lady yesterday. I think she was trying to be my sugar mama or something. But at the end of my set, she was like, "Oh, I really like your set. Like, can I buy you a drink?" And I was like, "Yeah, okay." And then she starts chatting to me, and then Mike Vaughan comes over and starts chatting to us. And she goes to shake his hand and then licks his hand. And I was like, all right. And he was like, "Oh, I've never had that before." And she was like, "I'm going to lick your face now." And then she grabs his face and then licks his face. And I'm like, oh my God. And then she like kisses me on the lips. And I was like, oh no. Like, I was like, oh, I've got a boyfriend like this. I can't do that. And then she was like, "Oh, come home with me because like I'm on my own." I did actually feel bad for her. And I was like, oh. Yeah. And then I had to spend an hour trying to get this woman on her own home. Like she was like I think she was quite wealthy. Like she was quite well dressed, and she told me she was a lawyer and stuff like this. And she was like all her stuff, like dropping all her phone. She couldn't like walk properly, and I was like, "Oh, I can't just leave her on her own like that." Because she was like giving me her stuff. She was like, "You have those cigarettes. Can you use my phone?" And I was like, "I don't know." I'm a stranger.
Day release.
Like, oh come on, man! Like, I was like, I need to go, and she was like, "Can you come back home with me?" And I was like,
oh no.
I was like, I've got to go back because I have a pet pigeon, and like I can't leave her on her own for too long. And then she was like, "You don't?" And I was like, "Yeah, I do." And then I showed her a photo, and then she was like, "Okay." And she was like, "Oh, but please come home with me." And I was like, "No." And then like, oh. And yeah, it was I genuinely felt bad for her. She seemed quite nice. Like she was quite a character, but I was like, I'm not.
Yeah, she's probably like recently drowned her baby in the sink and left it there for like 2 weeks or something. So just come home. I need to clean my bathroom. It'll be one of those. But no, it is. You do meet people. Obviously, she's on day release or something. It's like, come home with me. And she assaulted Vaughan.
No, yeah, I guess that was assault. I guess.
Yeah, if you did it, yeah, it's I think it's probably a sexual assault. I think. But she licked his hands. He's probably been, you know, doing medical stuff, and I don't know.
What?
His hands.
Yeah.
I know. I'm only making a silly joke, but I like Mike. I haven't seen him for a while. Since I've been away.
You blink in the same way as Mike.
Do I? What? Too quickly?
No, like.
Oh yeah, no, I do. I don't notice until I see myself back on something. I like leave my eyes shut sometimes for a bit.
Yeah, you do it when you talk.
Probably,
like you'd be like,
yeah. I didn't know that. So there we go. I'm probably just like checking in with the voices. Like, should I kill her? No.
Yeah.
So I didn't know. I thought I only did it out of anxiety on here or something. But maybe I have anxiety all the time. I'm just weird. Yeah, there we go. I've just learned that I.
Maybe you just need to moisten your eyes so you keep them closed for longer.
Maybe. Yeah, because I do wear contacts and maybe like they're dry.
I don't know.
So I'm just like.
Yeah. See? I should be a optician.
I think it's some sort of weird.
I didn't even know.
Yeah, I think it's some genetic, or I'm pretty sure like my mum might do it or something as well. And I'm sure someone. I've seen someone do that in my family, so it's probably a learned. Oh, this is how we blink. I've no idea. This Kevin in the chat, this guy in the chat is on mushrooms and he's going hiking on shrooms. I get less what?
Nice.
Oh, yeah. I think we're on I think there's a bit of a delay as well. I think there's like a 10-second delay or a 5-second delay. Figure it out, innit? I've got I think there's something in London I might have next. Go on.
No. But yeah, the delay, the London thing.
It's a 5-second delay. I've just timed it in my head. No, I didn't come through. Okay, the delay is quite bad. I'm going to bring this up on here. Hang on.
This is how you do delay. Have a bowl of
Cocoa Pops.
Oh, let's do it again. I'd rather have a bowl of
Cocoa Pops.
Bad. Sorry, I don't actually have internet, so this is just my hotspot.
That might be why. I didn't know you didn't have Wi-Fi.
No, I thought, I don't really watch TV that often. Not because I'm like a spiritual person or anything like that. It's just I'm like always doing things sort of. So.
But what about when you work from home a lot more in the future, possibly?
That's fine. I worked from home on my hotspot for the past 8 months.
Oh, okay.
That's fair. It's fine. It's mainly because I'm in here. It's worse in here. So if I was in, it's only because Jim and one of his bandmates are in the other room. So I didn't want to sit there.
That's fair.
And
that's
silent. Fair. And I also didn't want him in my room either. Not Jim. The guy, Danny.
Yeah, another pair of headphones will probably go missing. Unbelievable. Ghost.
Yeah, probably. Oh. Someone's cooking garlic bread.
I hope you get some when you get out of there. Yeah, we can wrap this up in a few minutes. And what I might do out of like some weird level of, I might give you some headphones, but some not expensive ones, cheap headphones.
No, I'll be able to find the ones. They're probably over there somewhere. I just don't know where. What's this thing in London you were going on about?
Oh yeah, there's something. I can't remember what it was. I think there's like a turn-up night. There's not many of those in London. That's a bit mental. I might go. I can't remember what it's called, but I think I might go and do that on Tuesday. I think it's on a Tuesday night. I need to read. You go up and sign up, basically. I think there's just like something different. And then I'm going to Bristol on the 29th for In Jokes, which is a good night run by Jack Lloyd and Robert Grubb, who they tried to set that night up right before COVID, and then COVID canned it, and they just brought it back a few months ago.
Oh, that sounds fun.
So yeah, I'm going to go and do that one.
Do you drive?
And then I drive, but I don't. Quite often when I go to gigs and stuff, I might jump on the train and stuff because I get tired, and if I have a couple of beers, basically, and come back even the next day, I don't like driving like that, and I don't like if it's somewhere I can get to easily. And like right now, I'm just by a tube station just outside London, so I can just use the tube and stuff. So I'm doing that when I go in there. But I need to start. I think once I move properly, I think I'll drive more to gigs, basically, just to get ones that are out the way and stuff.
Yeah, that's the main reason. To be honest, for gigs.
Yeah, some are just awkward to get to, and it's just easier if you drive and just get out of there. But yeah, I'm hoping.
Oh.
No, I was just going to say I think it delays back, but I'm hoping to. I'm looking at Manchester, but I just don't know for sure.
I lived there for 4 years. Really good. Really liked it there.
I like the city, and it's got quite a good scene, and it's quite near Liverpool, and you can get to like Nottingham and stuff this way, and it's not too far from. But the only thing is, I'm a bit further from London, and then a bit more further from the south coast and stuff, which I like to come down. But yeah, it might be something I can figure out. But I think I might try and start doing something different up there.
Sounds good. I recommend it. Well, when I lived up there was a really good scene, and then
this is Knopka from Bisbee, Arizona. He's a big fan, and he's going to go back to the beginning. If I bring shit up, you don't have to distract yourself. Just crack on. I'll leave it up there. It's fine. Yeah. What were you saying?
Oh yeah, Manchester. When I was there between 2013 and 2014, 2018, there was like a really good comedy scene, and like I don't know, it was like kind of wild. But I've been up there recently a few times, and I don't know, the atmosphere has changed. It's a bit like too like studenty, like the night that I did a night up there, and like it was a safe space night, so you couldn't gender people. So I was like telling the story. I said, "Oh, this bloke," and then they're looking at me like, "You just said you bumped into this person."
Yeah, that's retarded.
Yeah, and then like they gave out stickers, and they were tiny, and it was like if someone's wearing a sticker, then you can talk to them, and if they're not, don't talk to them. And it was like
you told me. You told me about this, but I didn't know it was Manchester.
Yeah, like a nice gig. Like I like the idea of it, like it being safe, but it just doesn't work for comedy. Like if you're easily offended and get upset, maybe you shouldn't be going to a comedy gig. Like,
yeah, you should stay at home and think about things. So it's probably just one. I have heard good stuff from people in the Midlands and stuff. I've said it's pretty good still. So I think hopefully that's just like one night, or there are a couple of student nights. There's probably a range, I would think.
It was like not just the nights. It was like the whole atmosphere, the whole city was like different. I don't know. Maybe it's just me going like, oh, it's changed, so I don't like it.
Probably. I went up on. I did a gig on. I just did like Beat the Frog on Freedom Day, when you could drink at the bar and stuff last summer after COVID, and I had a nice night there. It seemed a bit. I found these little weird pubs down these alleys and stuff, and was just meeting random people. I think there's still a bit of wildness in Manchester, but everywhere's got a bit softer, hasn't it? A bit different.
Yeah. Frog and Bucket are my favourite places. I remember one time I was outside there.
Club.
Yeah, really nice pub, really cool. I was having a cigarette outside with my mates, and this like homeless guy came up to me holding up a load of free newspapers. He was like, "Excuse me, I've just risen from the dead in the car park over there, and I'm just trying to earn a bit of money by like selling these newspapers. So I don't want to beg. I just want a bit of money, but I want to earn it." And I was like, "Hang on, did you just say you risen from the dead?" And he was like, "Yeah." And then he went back to the newspapers, and I was like, I don't disbelieve people like that, because when you watch films and something crazy's happened to someone in this film and no one believes them, I'm like, the world is, there could be something like that does happen and no one believes you. So I'm at least open to the idea. And then if they're like, I don't know. And then I was thinking, maybe he did raise from the dead in the car park, because I swear they keep finding like Roman remains in car parks or something. I don't know, but
it's looking for the coins that have been dug up like 20 years ago. But I do like the Frog and Bucket. It's a lovely club.
There's also
the night. There's what?
Oh, near the Frog and Bucket, there's I don't know if they still do actually. I think they do. Someone runs a comedy night in a pub called Holdfast, and that was good. Okay. If you're ever around there, nice. So you could do them both, like on the set. Like if you're in the Frog and Bucket, I used to do a set in there, and then I'd go to Holdfast afterwards.
The plan, because it's a long way to go. But if I do get up there, I'm hoping I can get up there in the next sort of couple of months. And I can just do that regularly as well. See what's going on. I think I just need a new place, and I don't want to go to Bristol because I've been there enough, and it's weird as well in places. London is a lot of sucky like bringer stuff, and I can kind of get away with it.
What do you mean, bring your stuff? Like bring a microphone and an amp?
No, you've got to bring people with you.
Oh,
and that's
listen.
Yeah, that's not what I want to do. But no, also I think it will be a good place to meet comics and stuff up in Manchester, and then eventually put on a night, and a good night, like where I'm paying people and stuff, so like a proper night instead of a shit fucking people who eating sandwiches and that. But
I'll definitely do it. If you have a night up there, I'll definitely come up and do a set. Sure.
Yeah, that'll be the plan. Eventually, you've got to get to know the scene a bit and work out whose toes you'll be treading on a Wednesday night or whatever. By the way, Barry, I've also got a night in Manchester now. See what's going on, and then you can get over to Liverpool to do like, hot water and stuff.
Yeah.
But I want to do it, but I don't want to use it as my profile picture because everyone does it.
Yeah, I know.
So I think if I did it, I'd use it and then change it to cold water or something, and just like change the background a little bit.
Yeah, warm water, room temperature.
Yeah, tepid, like stagnant fluids. I do. That's what I think. Should we wrap this up now?
Yeah, because I do actually.
You need a what? You need a wee. Right. I'm gonna wrap it up, and then if you hang on for like 15 more seconds after, and then you can go and wee, or you can go and wee and come back.
No,
I'll end it first.
Like I'm not like old. I'm not a dog.
All right, but I didn't know how many. You might have been holding it for 2 hours. I didn't know what's going on down there. Right, who's been in the chat then? Dean, Kevin's on mushrooms. Hank, Tom Konopka, if you see this back. Looking forward to more photos from Bisbee, sir. And yeah, see you all fuckers later on. It's Saturday. I'm going to go and see my sister, I think. And I think next time I'll give Shannon access to the little area here where she can see everything. Apart from that, yeah. Oh, by the way, I forgot to tell you, my mum didn't really die. It was a joke. I've left you an hour thinking my mum's dead, but none of you guys only said sorry once. There should have been more of that. Oh,
your poor mum. She's probably dead now.
Probably.